This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Excel 1970-73 Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler YouTube channel.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to the 70-73 Carryover League. We are in the American League Midwest big early season series between the Twins and Royals, considered to be the teams competing for the division title this year. Though we've noticed the White Sox have a nice off-season additions to jump into the conversation. The gameplay thus far this year has not been good for the Royals, and the Twins are in first place. Let's kind of go through where we are in this series. Game 1, opening up in Kansas City. Jim Kitty Cott versus Prince Rogers Nelson for the Royals. And the Twins win 4-2 in extra innings, beating... the Twins win 4-2 in extra innings. Poor Roger Nelson, a starter 9, gave up 2 singles off his defense in the 10th inning. So he goes 9 1/3 innings, takes the loss here. Doug Bird gets the save, or he gets the win. I should say Pete Reichert gets the save. 4-2 for the Twins, winning on the road in Game 1. The Royals would come back in Game 2 to even this thing. Big first inning, a 3-run homer by John Mayberry. They continue to beat up on Burt Blyleven in this one. And they walk away with an 8-5 win, beating with Heedland beating Blyleven 8-5. Game number 3 in Minnesota, and the Royals, they win this one 5-3, also in extra innings. Veal and Tom Murphy are gone by late in the game. In the bottom of the 9th, Doug Bird's trying to close it out. He can't do it. RBI double by Killebrew to tie it, but in extras, Ron Swoboda comes off the bench for the Royals. 2-run homer. Win 5-3. Horacio Pena gets the save, and the Royals have won 2 of the first 3 games, and they really needed to, as their season was going down the drain prior to this series. So they have an opportunity here to go up 3-1 in Game 4. Let's see what happens then in Game number 4 in Minnesota. And the Twins aren't having any of it. They win 5-2. Dave Goltz, very young Dave Goltz, tough against righties, weak against lefties. The Royals load up with 8 righties against them. Doesn't matter. Oddly enough, the left-handed batter in the lineup, Mayberry, I should say they loaded up with the maximum number of lefties, 4 of them, and Mayberry gets a 2-run homer. That was it for them. Bill Butler, nice pitcher, ran into some tough luck. Solo homers by Chico Cardenas, Rick Rennick, and a homer in the 8th by Killebrew here. 5-2 Twins. Even the series, 2 games apiece. Home and away wins for each squad. So we have a marathon series in progress. So what happens in pivotal Game 5? The Twins managed to squeak out a 4-1 win with, this time, Burt Blyleven and Heedland on 3 days rest. This time, Blyleven's much better. And he just gives up a run. Finally, Blyleven gets his 2nd win of the year. He's now 2-3. He beats Heedland by a score of 4-1. So an opportunity for the Royals to move up was squandered, and now they are back to being a very young franchise in trouble. It's not going well this year. The trouble has been the offense. It's hitting about 220-something, and that in a slump will just about kill any team, including the the Royals and everyone else. You don't want to get off to a horrific start. They're hard to come back in a short league like this. We're back in Kansas City for Game 6. We're going back to our Game 1 starters. The number 3 starters who have magnificent stats, beginning with Jim Cott for the Twins. I'll read you his. 10-2 with a 2.07 ERA, but only 113 innings. Against Roger Nelson, Prince Roger Nelson of the Royals, 11-6, 2.08 ERA and 173 innings. Obviously, these are outlier years for these two guys. And they can't pitch on 3 days rest, which is why you've seen them down in the rotation to the 3 spots. Let's get started from Kansas City. They are facing elimination and losing their first 3 series of the year. Leading off for the Twins, it'll be Carew. 35 is a base hit. Larry Heisel, 58, is a K. Tony Oliva, 32, fouls out to the catcher. And then Killebrew will strike out. Good start for Nelson. Paul Shaw, 64, short X. This is going to be Chico Cardenas at short, a 2E12. And he kicks the ball. Chico Cardenas, very reliable shortstop, not there. All right, Dwayne Josephson, 43, right X. Out in right field, this is Tony Oliva, a 2E9 in right field. He makes the grab. Mayberry, 1-3. That is a 3-6-3 double play. And the Royals waste the runner. Top of 2, Jim Holt. 46, skies a center. Chico Cardenas, 211, lines a third. Joe Haig, 48, lines a second. Bottom of 2, Amos Otis, 36, base hit for the B Steeler. Now, they put Mitterwald in. The Twins normally have Phil Roof, the roof's on fire, catching with a +2 arm, but they put Mitterwald in, knowing that the Royals down in the series are going to be more aggressive on the bases. However, Otis is a B Steeler, -2 arm. I'm not seeing it right now. Maybe with 2 outs, we'll see. Lou Piniella, 66, pops a second. Ron Swoboda, 1-6, is a K. And do you do it? Well, let's try stolen base for Otis with the odds stacked against him. Steele, 16, will get him thrown out. A little bit of desperation there on the Royals, down 3-2 in the series. Top of the 3rd, and here is George Mitterwald. 210, base hit. Ed Crosby, their 3rd baseman, 57 is a strikeout. And with 2 outs, it's Rod Carew. 1 out, should say. It's Rod Carew. 63, first X. Mayberry's a 3-8. And that is going to be a 3-6-3 double play. Bottom of the 3rd, Bob Oliver. 2-5, 3rd. Pretty Patek, 1-6, grounds the 3rd. And Cookie Rojas, 2-8. It's a base hit. Paul Shaw, 2-8-11, is a grounder to short. Another pitching duel here. Scoreless. We expected that. 2 excellent starting pitchers. We go to the 4th inning. It's Larry Heisel. 64, off the Nelson card. Homer, 1-11, triple the rest, and it is a 1. He crushes that solo homer. I don't know if they got fountains in left field yet in Kansas City. Are they built yet in this timeline, 70 to 73? They probably do. Well, he just hit one into the area where fountains would or would not be. Put it that way. 1-0 Twins. Dare we say it, they are 18 outs away from a series win. And their 3rd straight. Tony Oliva, 1-6. Let's take a look at Tony Oliva's card. Magnificent card of 71 here. He's got to be 33, 34 years old too, by the way. 1-6, homer, 1-8, double. It's going to be a 2-base hit. Harmon Killebrew, 48, skies a center. Jim Holt, 46, skies a center. And Chico Cardenas, 45, flies a left. Well, just 1 run. Dwayne Josephson, 62, K. Mayberry, 39, grounds to 1st. Amos Otis, 44 off a cot. Here we go to equalizer. Homer 1-7 double. He gets the homer on the 5 off the cot card. 1-1 with homers by each team's star outfielder. Lou Piniella, 45 again off the cot card. Triple 1-4 base hit. And here's Ron Swoboda, 44, same roll. Hitting the column 3 times in a row. 1-7 and again a 5. Really tough break for Jim Cott. They dent his column 3 times in a row and end up with the 3 runs. And we could see a 7-game series here very easily. Bob Oliver, 67 is a K. All right, Twins down 3-1 now in the 5th. It'll be Joe Haig, 38 is a K. Mitterwald, 48, Sky's center. And then Crosby, 45, Sky's the center field. Nelson, 1 mistake in this game. And 3 hits, 4 hits allowed. Bottom of the 5th. First, let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Okay, bottom of the 5th. Royals trying to add to their lead against Cott. It'll be Patek. 47, single 1-13 is a base hit. Now he's a double-A steal. You got Mitterwald with a -2 on him, but Rojas can also handle a bat as a hit and run guy. Let's do a hit and run this time. Hit and run rolls of 7 means you have to look at the stealing, and the stealing of Patek is a 15, but Mitterwald's arm factoring in will get him thrown out. Tough break there for the Royals. A couple guys thrown out against the negative arm of Mitterwald. So Rojas has to bat now with 1 out. 47, single 1-13, base hit. It seems like you should just keep rolling off the cot card. That's been very productive the last 6 batters at least. 5 hits, all of Jim Cott, an excellent pitcher. Paul Shaw, the runner at first, 1 out. 3-6 is a walk, and Cott's in trouble here in the 5th. Dwayne Josephson. 1-4 is a walk off the Josephson card. Base is loaded, 1 out. Let's take a look at John Mayberry. He came up with the Houston Astros and didn't do a whole lot there. Was traded to the Royals, and boom, this magnificent card of John Mayberry in 1972. 298 with 25 bombs. He does not fear left-handed pitching whatsoever. And the base is loaded and 1 out. Twins are going to play this thing back and hope for a double play here. The pitch to John Mayberry. 36 is take a walk, ball 4. The big guy, RBI walk. And that stolen base attempt is looking pretty weak. But they do have a 4-1 lead, still with just 1 out. And Amos Otis up. Let's take a look at Amos Otis. My goodness, folks. 1973. Puts it all together in the power department here. It's 26 homer, career high this year. Of course, he's the one with a -4 arm in center field. Destroys lefties. This could be a short day for Jim Cott. The pitch to Amos Otis. 54 off a Cott. It's a pop to second. Got him to pop up there. With 2 outs, it's Lou Piniella. Boy, the Royals really could use some insurance here. Let's look at Lou Piniella's card. That's what I'm talking about when I said the Royals. I really had a nice projection for this squad because they have a lot of their 69 expansion guys and guys coming up from the minors. Very young team, very productive pretty quickly. Much sooner than any of these other 1969 expansion teams. So that's what got them into playoff talks, but their sticks were weak this year until the last 2 innings of Game 6 here. The pitch to Lou Piniella. 310 is a K, and unfortunately those 3 golden walks have to just sit there and rot on the bases. It's just 4-1. The Royals may regret that. This could be one of the most pivotal innings of their season if the Twins come back and win this game. Carew will lead off in the 6th. 57's a K. Heisel, 49 center. Tony Oliva, 39 is a base hit. And Harmon Killebrew, let's take a look at the big Harmon Killebrew card of 1970. He hit like 800 home runs, almost 41, but you get the idea. And a bazillion walks, 120 of those. The pitch to Killebrew, 210 is a ground to third. Nelson holding up his end. The Royals have a weak bullpen, which is why he went 9 1/3 innings last time out, which is also why he doesn't pitch on 3 days rest. When he does pitch, he'll usually pitch into the 9th to justify that gaudy ERA and getting opportunities to pitch. Your number 1 and 2 starters, Mike Heaton and Bob Veal, will get more starts than Roger Nelson because of that. So when Nelson pitches, you want to put the bullpen on hiatus, if you can. Bottom of the 6th, Cott's a starter 8, and again, he's an excellent pitcher who has struggled in the last 2 innings. We'll let him continue and see if he can rebound here in the 6th. Ron Swoboda, 2 7s a K. Bob Oliver, 5'10", catcher's card. This is Mitterwald, who's a 4-15 with that arm. And he boots up. Oh, rare error on a catcher. Freddie Patek. Because the Royals are so talented against lefties, Patek and Rojas bat 8th and 9th, whereas against righties they bat 1st and 2nd most of the time. Patek, 1-6, third B. Now he'll run here. He's a double-A stealer. And he gets the third, and he might, yes, he gets the second, and the throw goes into center field. He does get the third. Put the E2 down there for a throwing error. And so Patek's at third for Cookie Rojas. 1-5, skies the center field. All right, 4-1 in the 7th. Royals, is there any defense to bring in to help the effort? No, there is not. Yeah. Jim Holt leading off. 2-7 for Holt is a single. Chico Cardenas, 210, third A, ground ball, 5-4, 3 double play. And with 2 outs, Joe Haig. 2-6, grounds to short. The Royals taking a deep breath here. They see good things happening in this series now. Hopefully a Game 7 is on the horizon. Stretch time here in the 7th inning. We've been enjoying Ramblin' Jack Elliott rambling on with songs about boll weevils and 20 Mule Team borax and bed bugs, and you get the idea. An old blue, treat a possum in a hollow log, stuff like that. Jack Elliott, Ramblin' Jack Elliott. All right, back to the game. Bottom of the 7th. Cott. I'll give you one more. We know Cott would probably give you one more. He was a rubber-armed pitcher anyway. 2 bad innings, but he's got, of course, the great credentials. Paul Shaw, 2-9. Let's take a look at Paul Shaw's card. The third baseman before George Brett arrives. Very capable hands presently. Good range, plenty of on base. So even when Brett arrives, they'll have Shaw and Brett together for a brief bit. This is a 274 card with 103 walks and 11 home runs. 31 doubles, 6 triples. He does it all, really. Nice little player here. Paul Shaw, 2-9, double 118 is a double. Josephson, Mayberry, Otis. You might want to think... I keep looking at how good Jim Cott's card is, and I want to leave him in there, so I will. Josephson, 65, center. Probably the final batter, John Mayberry. 1-6, and then what happens when you say that? 1-6, you saw Mayberry's card earlier. Just one more batter, just 2 more runs, and just an easier victory path for the Royals. That'll do it. 6-1 game, and here comes the hook for Jim Cott. Just couldn't wiggle out of all the nooses he was in there in the middle innings. 6 1/3. He's gone. Hal Haydel will come out of the Twin bullpen. Hill is the journeyman long guy for the Twins, who will have to eat up some innings, as their specialists, Peranowski, Williams, and Riker, are often used to close out games. So when games are out of hand, Haydel's brought in. he will face Amos Otis. 1-7 for Amos Otis. Triple 1-4 is a base hit. Lou Piniella, 67 walks. Swoboda, 312, double 1-4, single ... The Royals, they are exercising some demons today against the Twins. It'll be a very important Game 7, it looks like. Bob Oliver, 312 to Lomax. Oh, there goes that inning. But it's 7-1. Nelson now is probably going to stick around just to get a nice little complete game. Mitterwald, grounds are short. Ed Crosby, 2-8, center. Carew, 38 is a K. Bottom of the 8th, Haydel continues. Patek, 2-7 single. Not going to steal up 6 runs. Rojas, 48. There's a base hit to left field anyway. Oh, Patek will run the third, though, against the weak arm of Mr. Heisel. Runners on the corners for Shaw. 311 is a K. Playing back for Josephson. 1-6, double 1-2, single ... And now we have the batting practice part of the game. Runners on the corners for Mayberry, who's below in the 7th inning. Tilted this thing. 4-5, ground ball to second C, which actually will score a run. Runner goes to second with 2 outs. Amos Otis. K. We'll go to the 9th, and Mr. Nelson will try and get a complete game. A solo homer, he doesn't get a shutout. But he is a devastating pitcher who got really screwed in his first start in this series. Went 9 1/3 innings. Ended up losing because of bad defense. Now he wants to get a complete game 9-inning start. Larry Heisel, 410 center. This is Otis. E6. Makes a catch. Tony Oliva, 1-5. That one is gone. Did we look at Oliva's card today? Can't recall. Let's take a look at Tony Oliva's card anyway. Magnificent 1971 card. He must hit 360, 370 against righties. It's hideous. And there we are. It is 9-2. Killebrew, 46 is a K. And with 2 outs, Jim Holt, 67, double 1, base hit. 1 batter away from breaking Nelson. Chico Cardenas, 5-12, rolls back to the mound. And we are done here in Kansas City through 6 games. 3 games apiece. Roger Nelson gets a win to force a Game 7 where the Royals really need to get a win. We'll look at that closely as we look at the composite box here. So Nelson does get his complete game. 8 hits, 2 solo homers, no walks, 7 strikeouts. Haydel came in relief for the Twins. Not a very nice day for him. 2 hits, a run and a walk in that inning, and then 3 more hits and 2 more runs and 2 Ks in the 8th inning. Jim Cott, rough day. 9 hits, 6 runs. Yep. They were all earned. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. We have 1009. Oh, 108, 914, 28. 0747. In a Game 6. The Kansas City Royals just saved their season there, folks. As silly as that seems to say back in early May. But yeah. It just makes it, when you're playing bests of, and that's the key to this carryover league, you're always playing a best of something. So if you get swept 4 straight, you can't really recover those 3 games on the schedule. They just got deleted from the schedule because you didn't win any. So you have 3 empty spots because you just got swept 4-0, for instance. But these teams are going to max out this series, and so we are where we are at the beginning as far as games between the 2 teams. Kansas City is now 5-9. They really need to win Game 7 to go 6-9 and get their first series win. They've been hitting .234 with a .359 ERA. The pitching's been there. You saw the hitting break out a little bit, but .234 for the year has been the problem for this team. For instance, John Mayberry, who you saw hit that big home run, hit just .264 on the year. You've got some You know, Paul Shaw, the on-base machine. He's hitting 291. Amos Otis is 11 for 49. Hitting 224. That's really going to sting when your all-star, when your superstar is hitting 224. It tends to drag down the whole team there. Nelson improves to 2-2. Heedland's 2-2. And for the Twins, they're 9-6. They won their first 2 series pretty convincingly, and they're pretty content to break even here through 6 games with the Royals. And even if they lose Game 7, it's still not a big deal. The Twins are hitting 266 with a 4.07 ERA. They have 25 hits. Well, actually, let's talk Tony Oliva. He's 24 for 61. A gaudy 393. And Cruz also 25 for 68, which is hitting 368. That's what you expect out of the big lefties, out of the Twins there. Killebrew hasn't gotten started yet, though. He only has 3 home runs. Not very impressive thus far. But 168 games are in the books. The league is hitting 262 with a 3.82 ERA. I'll play the Game 7, and we'll have the results of that Game 7 at the end of the video. Thanks for checking this out. We'll see you next time. Well, the series is over, and the Royals did do what they needed to do. They win the series 4-3. They got some gifts early by the Twins, an error by Rick Rennick, a single through Carew, and then an error through Carew, and it's quickly 2-0. They blow up Tom Murphy in the 4th inning, knocking him out. It's a 6-1 game. The Twins made it interesting in the middle innings. The middle relief help, Horacio Pena, loaded the bases with walks in the 8th, but Doug Bird came in, got a double play ground ball, made it 6-4. And then with 2 outs in the 9th inning, with a 2-run lead, he got Harmon Killebrew to ground out with a runner at first. To end it, Royals win the last 2 games, and win games 2, 3, 6, and 7. More importantly, they just saved their season. They needed to win one of these series, and they finally win one, and it's against the first place team in their division, the Twins. So good news there. No big deal for the Twins. Again, this is very early, but the Royals needed it more, and they got it. They win the series 4-3. Thanks for checking it out. We'll see you next time.